Hello, Feuzion. My name is Alex Fuse, the host of Sports Fusion. We have a big show tonight. We have the star quarterback for Glens Falls, Joe Girard III. So, Joe, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So now, Joe, I had you on my show a few weeks ago. We had the six quarterback debate back in October, and I just want to remind everyone that who isn't aware that Glens Falls defeated Albany Academy in the first round of sectionals, and then went on to defeat Shelmont. Then last Friday night, they defeated Hudson in the finals of the Section 2 Class B championship here in upstate New York. So, Joe, I want to ask you, what was the hardest team you played in those three games?
All three teams were very hard, and we had to prepare each and every week individually as one team. But we had to follow all of our keys.
Mhm.
And going into the Albany Academy game, we knew they like to pass and make a lot of plays on the run and on the read option stuff like that. And so we have to prepare for that. And then Shelmont, you just got to go prepare for the run a lot.
Yeah.
Shelmont's a very good team, along with Albany Academy and Hudson. And they just like to run the ball, and they have Brooks and Defiant, who are very good and just know how to play football. And then going to Hudson, it's a bunch of athletes. And we have to prepare ourselves to not let the broken down plays get hurt us and not have them make too many big plays that would eventually hurt us in the end of the game. And, we did a very good job preparing each and every week, like I said, and having Coach Lilac and the rest of the coaches watch a lot of film and all the teams we play. It just helped a lot in the upcoming weeks that we were playing, and it just turned on our favor winning in the sectional finals.
Now, some of you Fuse Nation fans may know that I did travel with the Shelmont football team to every single game this year, and I unfortunately could not make your Glens Falls game against Hudson and Albany Academy. But I just have to ask you one question about your game against Shelmont. Now, if you attended that game, in the first half of that game, it seemed like Glens Falls had some problems, and I want to ask you what went wrong in the first half of the game. Obviously, you came out in the second half and absolutely dominated. But I want to ask you what happened in that first half of that Shelmont and Glens Falls game.
I don't know if this will really make sense, but it was almost like we were too ready, and we were too amped up for the game. Being really excited to play, and I guess it was just the way our jitters got out, to say. We were just too excited, and we, we're just playing not as loose and not as fun as we usually do. And like Coach Lilac and the rest of the coaches say, we play better when we're having fun. And in the beginning of that game, it's not like we weren't really having that much fun. We were just too amped up, like I said. And then, we had I believe it was a block punt when we were down 7-0. And then, I had the punt return and then the pick six. And that's when we started having fun. And, that's when our blood started flowing and the game started flowing better for us. And then we got all that momentum, and going into the second half, it just carried over, and we just had a great second half. But like I said, I think it was just we were almost too ready and too amped up at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, not only did it seem like you had a great second half in that game, but it seemed like that excitement that you had in the second half went into your next week's game against Hudson. So I want to ask you about that game also, because you pretty much dominated Hudson that night, and both of those teams, you and Hudson, were undefeated. So going into that game, what was the hardest part of defeating Hudson that you thought of going into that game, and do you think you defeated them in that way?
Yeah, going into the game, we knew Willie Walker and a lot of the other backs that got Michael Alert. They just make a lot of big plays, and we knew we had to limit those plays. So going into that week, preparing on defense a lot, we knew that there was going to be plays where they broke down and they just somehow made it a first down or a touchdown or something. Luckily enough, we didn't let them score any touchdowns on our first defense and on any big plays. So, we prepared very well, and that's what you need to do in order to win big games. And carrying over from the Shelmont game, if you watch the Hudson game, it just looked like we were having a lot of fun. And that's the key to our winning. And having a lot of fun is what makes the game easier. And that's what we feel we need to do every week, is have fun. And while having fun, you still got to buckle down and follow your keys. But for us, it's all about having fun. And that's what we did from the Shelmont game, second half, to the whole Hudson game. And everybody just loves winning, and with winning comes a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and Joe, you just mentioned it earlier in that response about preparing for big games, and this week you have a big game against Peru. And how has this Glens Falls team been preparing for this big matchup this week?
We're preparing very well, knowing that we just won the section and now you're in the state playoffs. Every week's going to get harder, and you have no days off. So what we basically do is, we'll watch film a day or two, and then, we got to practice what we see in the film to pick apart whatever Peru's weaknesses are. But then we also have to key on what the strengths are. So, Coach Locke, like I said, and the rest of the staff do a very good job of preparing us. And, we're just working on all the aspects we can of, breaking their weaknesses down and then following our keys to see what they do very well. And, like I said, it's all about having fun. And during practices, too, you got to have fun, but you also got to pay attention and listen to the coaches on what you have to do this week. And we've been doing a very good job of that. And, we got practice tomorrow, and, we're just really excited for this week.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And okay, we'll move on to basketball now. I know a lot of people here in upstate New York know you as the basketball star at Glens Falls as well. And Joe, I know basketball season here in upstate New York started on Monday. It did for Shelmont as well. And Joe, are you playing double duty right now with football practice midweek and also basketball practice too?
Yeah, a lot of our guys actually are on the football team and the basketball team. So what we do is basically after school, 3:30, we go to football practice from about 3:35 to 5:30, around there. And then, we prepare a lot for our football games. That's what's important right now.
Right.
And then we'll go home, shower, do our homework, eat or whatever, and then we'll go back to the school for the basketball practice around 7. And we'll be in the gym from 7 to about 8 or 8:30 now, because Coach Joe Girard is also part of the football program, and he understands right now it's our main focus on football, because we haven't touched the ball in a while due to our football success.
Right.
And a lot of our guys understand that it's football season, so we're being smart on what we do at basketball practice. And Coach Rob knows that we can't really go up and down full tilt right now, because we don't want to roll an ankle or something, pull hamstring, etc. But I know that all of our guys are focused on both sports, but as of now, we're really focused on football. But basketball is always in the back of our mind. Last year was in the sectional finals. So, we're excited for our upcoming week in football and the state running football, and then we're also excited for this upcoming basketball season.
Yeah, and last year you also defeated Shelmont in the finals as well in basketball. And I want to ask you, how exactly is this Glens Falls basketball team shaping up in the first week?
We're doing very well. Last year we only lost one senior, and Marcus Owens, but we got a lot of people who can fill that role. So we're really excited. We got a 6'8" freshman coming in, and we're really excited about him and hope he can produce just as much. And our big guys, Grayson Brady, Andrew Salmon, Connor Sliff, along with Jalen, are really working hard. Grayson, Jalen, and Schliff. None of those guys play football, so they've been in the gym over the summer and throughout football season. But the rest of our guys, we're just working hard at practice right now at basketball as well. We're getting down our shot right now because, like I said, we don't want to run up and down the floor yet, so we don't want to roll an ankle. So we're just working on our shots right now and getting our shot ready for the season. But as of now, we're looking really well.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, before I wrap up this interview, I want to ask you, I know you've been putting on your Twitter about getting offers from a lot of colleges, and I want to ask you, is there any big college that you would like to share with us that you've been kind of leaning towards or thinking about a little extra?
As of now, I still got the 3 offers from High Point University, UAlbany, and George Washington, and then, recently I've heard a lot from Notre Dame and Michigan, Syracuse, BYU, and Davidson, schools like that. But recently it's been a lot of Notre Dame, and a little bit from Penn State, but just coming back from that visit from Notre Dame, and people say Notre Dame is a really special place, and you say but then you don't really realize how special it is until you go there. And, I went there, and I'm like, first thing I step on there, and I'm just like, wow. And my dad couldn't believe it either. He played for John Beeline at who's the coach now at Michigan, and my dad, he's a really big Michigan fan, of course, now. And we went out to Michigan when I was in 6th grade just for a game. And, you go to Notre Dame, and he just realized how special it was, too. So, I'm looking forward to visiting other schools And I'm supposed to visit Michigan probably this upcoming summer or maybe even this school year. And I'm really excited for that because that'll be a great campus.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to go back to Notre Dame just because of how great it was.
Okay, Joe, I wish you the best of luck in your big game this week. And I want to say thanks again for coming on my show tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime. Okay, Fuse Nation, thank you for tuning in for this new Sports Fusion episode with Joe Girard. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below what you thought about this show and what you would like to see more of on this show. Be kind to one another on that social media. It's nasty out there now. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I will see you next week for another big Sports Fusion episode. Have a nice night.